This is the BEnergyAware Podcast. Welcome back to the BEnergyAware Podcast, sponsored by Get Empowered audiobook, written and read by me, Bran Katanec. This audiobook contains all the tools that I personally use on a daily basis that make a huge difference for the better. By buying this audiobook, you're supporting the creation of the new podcast episodes. You can buy the audiobook on Amazon or get the exclusive bonus edition at BEnergyAware.com/shop. Thank you so much for your support. I appreciate it very much. Another great way to support this podcast is to write a review on Apple Podcasts or just hit 5 stars. This is how you can also help others to find this podcast so they can benefit from this content as well. The more ratings and reviews, the easier it is for others to find this podcast. Thank you so much. I recently received a question about how to deal with anxiety, so I decided to turn it into a podcast episode. I would like to thank Amal for messaging me and for asking this question. This is a year where a lot of people all around the world are feeling highly anxious, and for a good reason. For me, one of the first things I do when I start to feel anxious is I first determine the cause of the anxiety that I'm feeling. If I know what triggered this anxiety, then I have a better chance of successfully dealing with it. Although anxiety can happen for different reasons, normally it is more likely to happen as a result of unfavorable living conditions, life situation, or environment that we live in. Or it can be a result of new or old trauma. One thing that I have noticed this year is that the changes in the environment have triggered my old trauma from the past and reminded me of uncertainty in which I grew up. And that gave me a chance to let go of a lot of, if not all of, the old anxiety that I was hanging on to inside. And then once I had dealt with the old anxiety, I could then focus on dealing with the new anxiety that was trying to arise from the immediate changes in my environment. I had to reach for everything I knew and use all the skills and tools that I have in order to find peace and to get settled into this new reality. First thing that I did were some breathing exercises. I would take 20 minutes, multiple times throughout the day, to focus on breathing deeply and releasing any unpleasant feelings that I felt. The other thing that I did was I did some journaling, which really helped. And I started doing more physical exercise. I also did a lot of healing work and inner work, took a lot of time to reflect, and really got clear on my priorities and my direction, which then in return minimized the anxiety that I was feeling. And once I reached for creativity and preoccupied myself with creative projects and music projects, the anxiety was pretty much completely gone. I think when it comes to anxiety, it's good to apply some common sense. If there is no immediate danger or threat to our life, we can do a lot to prevent the anxiety from building up. And we can certainly be able to release and let go of any anxiety that we might be feeling in the moment. It's good to find ways to relax and to do things that make us happy and that make us feel good. Physical exercise, being in nature, listening to music, dancing, playing an instrument, or anything that's of creative nature. Anything that will get our thoughts away from worrying and from thinking about problems. One other thing that I've just remembered I normally do is I cleared the energy of my thoughts. Those who are used to working with energy have most likely already developed this habit. So here's a reminder. Whenever I start noticing myself getting restless, tense, or if I'm thinking too much, I immediately set an intention for the energy of my thoughts to be cleaned and cleared. Setting intentions is like making commands, As soon as the intention is set, the command is going to be executed. And then I keep breathing deeply while the energy of my thoughts is getting cleared. Anyone can do this for themselves. No previous experience is necessary. And then I also set an intention to completely relax, and I make sure that my body is fully relaxed. Another thing that I've been applying throughout the years, and that really works for me, is the subconscious belief work. Whenever I get anxious, I check myself for any subconscious or conscious beliefs or thoughts that might be causing me to feel anxious. And then I consciously let them go. Again, just by setting the intention to let go of them and then breathing deeply. And then I make a conscious effort to stop worrying and to just relax. Let me know if this has been helpful and how you deal with anxiety and what has worked for you. Message me on Instagram at BEnergyAware or through my website, BEnergyAware.com, or you can leave a comment below. And please subscribe and share this podcast. And again, please leave a review or just hit 5 stars on Apple Podcasts to help others find this podcast as well. Thank you so much for your support. I'm Bran, your host, and I'll talk to you again next Friday.